let's begin really by you helping us define what exactly is a franchise today.
Yes, I think that the essence of a franchise is that a business or a charity will take a proven system of operations. And so it's normally an entrepreneur would have an idea and they would take that idea to market, and over a period of time they would prove what doesn't work and they would prove what does work. And what they find works, they will document, and they will create operation systems by which they run their business. Now, a lot of businesses find that, especially if they're geographically based, their scale of growth stops because of geographic and staff and travel limitations on their operations. So they have to then consider how they're going to grow. Now, one route to growth is that they can find people that wish to grow their own businesses by investing in the proven systems and the protected trademarks of a franchise business in order to replicate for their own business development success.
Okay.
So in essence, that's it.
I was going to say this is brilliant, and I'm going to sort of interpose a question here before we go any further, because essentially the way you describe it, two thoughts spring to mind. First of all, a franchise is potentially a shortcut to a ready-made model, which has all the answers worked out from an entrepreneurial point of view. But isn't it also perhaps, if we flip that aside, flip it on its head, an easy way for an entrepreneur to make money from something he has reached a ceiling on?
I think that a franchise is not for everyone. That's important to point out. If you are an entrepreneur yourself, you absolutely should not invest in a franchise, because franchising isn't about creativity and ideas on behalf of the franchisee. The franchisor is the owner of the brand and the systems. The franchisee is the operator in local markets. The franchisee invests because they can then replicate that which is proven and get up and running and get into profitable trading normally far more quicker than if they're trying to develop their own idea. With a franchisor, obviously, growing through the investment of others and sharing their intellectual property and allowing people to trade through their protected trademarks, and also providing them with ongoing training and support, gives a win-win recipe that helps both sides progress into successful trading.
How does that work in practice? I mean, do you sign a contract? Do you agree to specific things? Are there checks and controls and balances? I mean, it's fascinating to hear you describe that, because they're usually by definition franchises are geographically diverse and separated. What's to stop you saying, yeah, I'm going to buy the franchise, I'm going to set it up, and then you go on do your own thing? How does anybody check on you?
I think that's a very good question, and there's an element of maturity and responsibility on both sides. Certainly a franchisor is responsible for the brand and what the brand means, and the franchisee is responsible for demonstrating that brand in trading practice in the local markets. Obviously, a brand will mean something, and you have an expectation before you actually walk into the store of what you might expect to receive when you actually walk in, by way of service, look, feel, product that you might buy, service that you may receive. So it's a mutual responsibility between the two. There are breakdowns in the delivery of services sometimes, and obviously that's where problems occur. The franchisor will have a contract by which the franchisee must abide, and the franchisor ultimately will have the last say as to who will and will not trade in their brand and in their system.
Have you? I mean, I know you deal with a lot of, you see a lot of things in the franchise world, and you have direct experience. Have you actually seen this kind of breakdown in communications, and what happened?
Well, it's very challenging when that happens, and every franchisor will try and ensure that they select people that they believe understand their brand and are passionate about their brand and wish to spend 5 years. Most franchise contracts are for 5 years, so So you're entering into a 5-year relationship, and both parties have to agree that working together is a good idea. Unfortunately, whenever recruitment or selection is made into working partnerships, no one ever gets it right all of the time on either side. So when there is miscommunication and breakdown, most franchisors will try and help their struggling franchisees to find a suitable